price or power up to the games under £15 PSN sale. There's a huge amount of really good games at really low prices in this sale, and I found the best ones for you. So strap in and get ready to save a ton of money and find some cool games to play. And if you like the idea of that, then why not subscribe and you'll never miss a good deal again. You're welcome here anytime. This sale ends on February 15th, so that'll be your last day to pick up these deals. Okay, let's look at some cool games. First up is A Keeper's Beat. It was released in 2017, so it's 5 years old, and is on an 80% discount for the price of £3.19, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a really low price. In this action JRPG, set in the heart of Akihabara, Tokyo, the delusions of Otaku are coming to life and threatening the very fabric of reality, and only you can take to the streets and battle the creations of imagination to rescue Akihabara and his people from certain doom. This is from a really popular series of JRPGs. They're a bit quirky, but they're also very popular, which is pretty normal for Japanese RPGs to be honest. A lot of them are a bit quirky, and it adds to the charm. So if you're a fan of the series and you never picked this one up, or you just like JRPGs in general, definitely take a look at this game. It's at a really good price, and you'll probably have a lot of fun with it. And hey, if you've never played a JRPG before, then I wouldn't recommend starting with this one. It is a good deal, but it's a bit off the wall and different. I'd recommend starting with something a bit more mainstream, especially as you can get some legendary AAA series of JRPGs for some really good prices in some sales. I would definitely recommend starting with one of them instead. So if you'd like to pick up one of them instead, then why not subscribe and I'll help you find them when they're on sale next. Next up, we have a tower defense game, Anomaly 2. It was released in 2014, so it's 9 years old, and it's on a 90% discount for the low price of £1.14, which is dirt cheap. This is an unusual take on the strategy tower defense genre, where the Earth has been conquered by aliens and mankind is nearing extinction. You must now control your troops by attacking occupied cities to fight back against the machines. It features unique tower defense gameplay and online multiplayer tower defense as well, which is very unique for the genre. If you're a fan of tower defense games, you should definitely take a look at this. It's kinda like a reverse tower defense game, but where you get to run around and control a character at the same time. So it is quite different and very unique. Definitely check it out if you're a fan of the genre. And hey, if you've never played a tower defense game before, then at this price, you might want to take a chance on it. It looks like a really different and unique version of the genre, so why not take a look? It intrigues me, and it might intrigue you too. We have a different game next, Beat Cop. It was released in 2019, so it's 3 years old, and is on a 90% discount for the price of £1.19, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it for non-PS Plus users. So if you don't have PS Plus, this is the cheapest it's ever been for you. In this simulation game, someone has framed you, and now you must patrol the streets, turning over every stone to uncover the truth. It's inspired by 80s cop shows, the serious and the funny ones, which makes for a really cool game, as you get to take bribes or stick to the law and be strict. With a non-linear story and multiple endings, this game can go many different ways, and will really benefit from multiple playthroughs if you want to see all the different stories and endings. I really like the look of this game. It looks quirky and unique, and I really liked it ever since I seen the first trailer. I picked it up myself and I'm really looking forward to playing it. And if you like different and quirky games, or you like the idea of being a beat cop and getting involved in a conspiracy with a really cool story, then why not check this game out? I'm sure you'll have a really good time with it. And hey, if you've never played this sort of game before, which I'm sure you haven't because it's very unique and different, then I would definitely recommend it. When it's on sale, it's always dirt cheap, and if you like the sound of that, and those sorts of games and experiences, then definitely take a look at this. I'm sure you won't be disappointed. Up next, we have a racer, Cars 3 Driven to Win. It was released in 2017, so it's 5 years old, and is on an 87% discount for the low price of £6.23, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a really great deal. This racer is based on the Pixar movies, where you get to race over 20 customizable characters from the movies on over 20 different tracks. It features 6 game modes, battle race, and 4-player local co-op as well. So if you got friends or kids to play with, you'll have great fun with this game. This game is pretty similar to Mario Kart. It's got combat-based weaponry and a cartoony franchise that is based on. So if you're a fan of combat-based racing, you might want to take a look at this game. And if you've never played a combat-based racer before, then at this price I'm not sure I'd recommend it. You can get other ones much cheaper than this, so you'll probably want to take a look around instead. Or subscribe and you won't miss them when they go on sale next. We have a VR game next, Doctor Who The Edge of Time. It was released in 2019, so it's 4 years old, and it's on a 70% discount for the price of £5.99, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a really good deal, especially for a VR game, and one that looks like it's a really good quality one as well. This game has optional move controllers, which is really good. That's much appreciated in games like this. They usually make them way better to play. In this VR puzzle game, you get to team up with the Doctor to solve puzzles and save the universe from a mysterious new enemy. You get to pilot the TARDIS and experience the world of Doctor Who like never before, meeting both iconic and new monsters in the adventure, all the way interacting with the 13th Doctor. But there isn't a 13th Doctor, so that doesn't make much sense to me. You think they use a real Doctor, right, not a made-up rubbish one? Crazy. I've always liked Doctor Who ever since I was a kid, and I mean the original one, not the remake. The original one is amazing, and I rewatched it during COVID. Amazing. Definitely worth rewatching if you like Doctor Who. Or you've never seen it. On a side note, Patrick Troughton is the best Doctor, and if you don't know who he is, man, you're missing out. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Anyway, this looks like a really good VR game. This is exactly what VR was meant for, to immerse yourself in a world that's very interesting to you, and get to go places you would never be able to go in real life. You even get to experience some of the legendary villains from the originals, including the Daleks, and you also get some of the best out of the new ones as well, like the Weeping Angels, which are included as well. In short, if you're a Doctor Who fan, you'll love this game. Apart from the weird 13th Doctor they've made it. God, I don't know why they did that. They should have just used a proper real one instead. Anyway, if you're a fan of the series, definitely check this game out. It's the closest you'll ever get to going on an adventure with a real Doctor. And hey, if you're not a fan of Doctor Who, then I'm not sure if I'd recommend this game. Realistically, it's a Doctor Who game and it's VR, so if you're not interested in the Doctor Who world, then you're probably much better off spending your money on a different game instead. So unless you're really curious about it, you might want to skip this and pick up a different game instead. But don't worry about it, there's plenty more options for you. And if not, then subscribe and we'll find you something else in the next sale. Next up is Frostpunk Complete Collection. It was released in 2021, so it's 2 years old, and it's on a 70% discount for the price of £10 and 9p, which is a really good price, and the cheapest I've ever seen it, as this collection includes the Season Pass of all 3 expansions, The Last Autumn, On the Edge, and The Rifts, which are 3 huge expansions that add a ton of extra content to this game, making it a really good collection with a massive amount of content included, which is great. In this RTS, you get to build the last city on Earth in a frozen wasteland where heat means life and every decision comes at a price. Only the right balance of survival and empathy will ensure the survival of the human race, with the limited resources remaining available to you. I've always liked the look of this game ever since I've seen it get released. I like RTS games, and the theme and story of this game really intrigues me, especially as it doesn't lay it all out for you, and it's up to you to explore the wasteland to find out what happened, while also ensuring the survival of humanity. You know, just the basics. So if you're a fan of RTS, and you're looking for something a bit different, I would definitely check this out. It's a really good game with a ton of content at a really good price. You can't go far wrong if you like RTS games. Definitely take a look at it. And hey, if you've never played an RTS before, then this game is a bit different, but it also looks really good, and it comes with a ton of extra content. So if you've always wanted to try an RTS, this may be a bit different to the more normal ones, but hey, it looks really good, and I would definitely recommend taking a look at it. If you like the idea of it as much as me, it might just hook you, and you'll find your new favourite genre as well. So why not take a look at it if you're interested. Up next is my star buy, Separation. It was released in 2020, so it's 3 years old, and is on at least a 50% discount for the price of £5.99 or £2.99 with PS Plus, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a really good deal for PS Plus users. This game has no move controller support, so you'll have to play it with a controller, but hey, it looks like a game where you don't interact with much, so it may not make too much difference. In this VR adventure, you awaken in an abandoned chamber, surrounded by a barren wasteland. Guided by a voice echoing through your mind, you must adventure through the ruins of civilization to find out what lies within a sealed temple. And it even includes a soundtrack by Vector Lovers, so they've put some extra effort in to make sure there's a lot of cool theming and a really good soundtrack to really draw you into the adventure. This looks like a really chill, cool adventure with a bit of intrigue and story. So if you've got a PSVR headset and you're looking for a little adventure, why not take a look at this if you like the sound of it? It looks really intriguing to me, and it might just be a great way to waste a day or two. And hey, if you've never played a VR adventure before, then I'm not sure I'd recommend starting with this one. It looks pretty good, but I've seen others that offer more or intrigue me more. So it's up to you really. If you really like the look of this one, then definitely take a look at it, especially at this price. But hey, I think there's better for you as well, so why not take a look around, and you might find something else that you like the look of more. And the final game I have for you is Windbound. It was released in 2020, so it's 3 years old, and is on an 80% discount for the price of £3.19, which is a really good price, and the cheapest I've ever seen it. In this action-adventure game, you get to play as Kara, who's been shipwrecked on an uncharted island, where you must explore while crafting the tools and weapons to survive, as the island's wildlife tries to kill you, while searching the ancient ruins, in search of a way to escape the island alive. This game had mixed reviews when it came out, and it looks like a bit of a Zelda ripoff. But hey, it's at a really good price, and it looks pretty decent. So if you like the look of it, then you might want to take a look at it, especially at this price. It may just be worth playing. And hey, if you've never played an action-adventure before, then I'm not sure I'd recommend starting with this one. There's plenty of others you can get at this price, and ones that weren't so mixed reaction when they came out. So if you like the sound of an action-adventure, you might want to look around for something else, or subscribe, and then you won't miss out when the next ones come on sale. And again, don't forget that the PlayStation Plus game collection of free games is going away on May 9th, so if you haven't added those games to your library yet, get on your PS5 and claim them before they're gone forever. You don't want to miss out on all those really good AAA games for free. And that's all the games I have for the Games Under £15 PSN sale. What did you think of the games I picked? Did I pick good ones or did I pick bad ones? And what about the start buy? Did it deserve it, or should some other game have got it instead? Leave all your complaints down in the comments, and we can talk about it later. Anyway, I hope you guys found some games you're interested in, but more importantly, I hope you saved a lot of money. I'll see you in the next sale. Au revoir.